Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're probably taking a DevOps bootcamp or you're currently doing self-study around DevOps related technologies, and sometimes you feel overwhelmed or you feel lost with some of the concepts which concern DevOps and cloud. Maybe because you're just getting into the DevOps space or you're just trying to figure out your way through this DevOps stuff and it's a little bit challenging sometimes to understand DevOps or cloud related concepts. You want to watch this video to the end because in this video I'll be covering with you some 5 tips which you can use to effectively study DevOps and cloud. Without wasting so much time, let's get right away into the tips which you can use to effectively study DevOps and cloud this year. The very first tip which I'll share with you is to make use of documentations. If you're studying a particular cloud, take for example the Amazon Web Service cloud. Amazon Web Service has a very vast documentation. We have the AWS documentation that contains a whole lot of resources which you can make use of to have an understanding of these key AWS services. Maybe you're studying virtual private clouds, VPC service, or you're studying the Elastic Compute Cloud service, or you're studying the storage service, and you're wondering how you can get enough details or summary notes about this particular service. You want to make use of the various documentations. The documentations have been created to help you understand these given resources which you'll be providing on the cloud. I see a lot of students going through their personal study with these technologies without actually making use of the documentation, and without making use of the documentation, you find yourself being prone to a lot of difficulties finding your way around these services. So make sure you're familiar with the various documentation. If it's on Amazon Web Service, you want to make use of the Amazon Web Service documentation. If it's on Microsoft Azure, you want to make use of the Microsoft Azure Learn platform, which has been created to give you a lot of understanding around the resources which you'll be providing with these various cloud technologies. Now, the second tip which I'll share with you is to make use of artificial intelligence tools, make use of AI tools. We have several different AI tools available for you to make use of. We have ChatGPT, we have POE, we have Gemini, we have Copilot, and a whole lot of other AI tools available for you. Now, with these AI tools, the time which you use to go through different documentation, or the time which you can use to understand several different forums, or the time which you can go through different forums just to understand a particular concept is greatly reduced. AI gives you the possibility to, within seconds, have a big understanding around certain technologies. Take for example, I'm currently studying a technology like Terraform. I want to understand what Terraform is. With the use of ChatGPT, for example, I can use several AI prompts to effectively understand what Terraform is. For example, what is Terraform? How can I use Terraform in AWS environment? How can I create different resources in AWS environment? What is the Terraform template to create a particular resource? How can I optimize this template? What are some common configuration issues which can be solved with Terraform? So using AI prompts, you can effectively understand specific topics or specific areas with respect to a particular technology which you're studying. So there's no way you're currently studying DevOps or cloud without making use of AI. AI will even give you sample code snippets. They'll give you sample resource configurations, and even sample tell me about yourself templates which you can use in studying a particular technology. So make sure you're using an AI tool in your DevOps or cloud related journey. Now, the third tip which I'll share with you is do a lot of hands-on. Carry out a lot of practical projects with respect to these services. Now, if you're going through a bootcamp and they are currently teaching you several technologies, so maybe they started with the very foundational services like identity and access management, they went to storage services or compute services or networking services. For each of the services which your academy is currently teaching you, make sure you have a deep understanding of how you can provision these services in a given cloud technology. There's no way you can learn DevOps or cloud computing without doing a lot of hands-on. The hands-on play a vital role in you effectively preparing or in you effectively learning DevOps and cloud. So make sure you're doing hands-on for all these different services. There are a whole lot of other projects available for you to use to further solidify your skill set in DevOps and cloud. You want to check out these projects on platforms like Medium, where you find end-to-end projects on a particular service. You find end-to-end projects with the combination of different services, and you can even find end-to-end projects across different cloud technologies. So make sure you're leveraging a lot of these projects to build the right hands-on skill which you need, because without these hands-on skills, it will be practically impossible for you to actually get a job and keep the job. Because it's not just about getting the job, but you equally want to be sure that you can keep this job after getting this job. So do a lot of hands-on if you want to be effective in your DevOps learning process. Now, the last tip which I'll share with you is form a DevOps study group. If you're currently studying DevOps in a in an academic setting or you're doing a self-study, you want to find 1 or 2 people around you who are currently studying DevOps. Form a DevOps study group where you can always have meets where you meet, you share experience, you share ideas, you share projects, and with that you're effectively exchanging your experience around these different technologies. A study group is actually going to be very helpful in making you or in keeping you focused in your DevOps or cloud related study. And equally, you can get yourself a DevOps mentor. A DevOps mentor, a DevOps coach can help you to effectively make sure that whatever you're learning, you're putting them into practice. And even during your interview preparation, you can always use a DevOps mentor or your DevOps study group to effectively prepare rightly for interviews which you might be currently going through or interviews that have been scheduled. So make sure you're in a study group, have 1 or 2 people with whom you regularly meet and do a lot of these hands-on projects, and why not get yourself a DevOps and cloud mentor that can help you to understand some of these DevOps and cloud related concepts. If you're currently interviewing or you're currently going through your DevOps journey and you're looking out to get a DevOps mentor, you can reach out to me with the details in my channel description. And equally, if you're looking for a platform that can help you effectively walk you through the DevOps cloud process, maybe acquiring the DevOps skill or taking interviews, you want to visit WonderPrep, one of the key platforms that I always talk about that can help you effectively prepare for your interviews or that can help you equally effectively learn the DevOps and cloud skills. Let me know in the comment section which of the tips you found interesting and how you can effectively use that tip to enhance your DevOps or cloud related study. See you in my next video.